Okay, so today I have with my guest Laura Robinson. She's the host of the Release the Genie game show on Clubhouse. And we're going to do a quick little interview and find out what Laura's been up to lately. And so, Laura, hi.
Hi,
How you
how
doing?
are you?
Good, good, good. So
Good.
anyways, spiritual principles for success. That's basically the idea of what I do. And
Mhm.
and what I teach. And so I'd like to know about your spiritual path and what your where you are on that path right now, as far
Hmm.
as what's coming up for you. Are you I know you said things are happening, transforming really quickly right now, which is really interesting. And I'm always
Yeah.
curious to know how other people are being called forward in this path to spiritual enlightenment.
Oh, that's a great question. Yes, I feel like the ascension or whatever everyone's talking about, moving forward in our lives is really happening, even though in some ways we're at a standstill with COVID and it sort of every day feels like Groundhog Day. I have really used this time to kind of follow my personal path because my children are launched. I was a real hands-on mom. They both have jobs. It's great. And they're both doing things they love. And there's more to come with them. But for me, I just heard this new term, which I really love, multi-passionate creative. And I used to call myself like the ultimate hyphenate because I am in no particular order, an actor, a musician, producer, creator, inventor, author, and it's sometimes it sounds really frenetic to a lot of people, but I think I thrive on keeping a lot of plates spinning as long as I can do it and be balanced about it. So I'm learning how to have a spiritual practice of meditation, and I do like a physical sort of yoga kind of balancing sequence I do every day, and I walk outside every day is non-negotiable. And then I seem to be able to really thrive in the day as long as I have schedule, and I use my iPhone. If I don't get a ding, I don't, I put a lot of alarms. Like if I don't get the ding, I don't join the Zoom, which I just did with you. But I'm learning a lot. I think it's a continual learning process, and I'm learning a lot about myself. But I'm really excited about this new chapter for me, and I'm kind of the poster child for it's never too late.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. These are great times for us. I know that my whole worry about getting older and not being able to work anymore and stuff. Now I'm passionate about doing what I love doing. And it seems like things just like opening up. It's just amazing. The 60s are great, you
Exactly.
know?
It's like we're in the 60s, like the decade in terms of the
Yeah.
openness of like what it was like in the 60s. That's how I feel too. And um, I think that I'm going to be doing some speeches. A girlfriend of mine kind of is clairvoyant, and she says, I see a cascade of speeches that you're going to do about how when you do what you're really put on the earth to do, in other words, your purpose or what lights you up and what you really believe in and creatively makes you feel like you're thriving, it actually youths us.
Yeah.
And that's how
Yeah.
I feel. And my daughter even said the other day when I was sitting and doing some songwriting, she's like, Mom, you look like you're in your 30s. Like you honestly,
Yeah.
you always look young, but you look even more young. And I said, it's because I'm doing what I love to do,
Yeah.
Julia. And I think when you do what you love to do, and you're kind of called, like you said, and you also put um, service in there, that it's not just for my own good, but it's what I want to give to the planet as my healing in terms of music and just like some of the new healing practices I do and modalities I've learned. You do stay young and even get younger than you are.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, in my spiritual teachings, The Infinite Filmmaker, I talk about the infinite filmmakers creating this movie through you. It's experiencing life through us. And when we're in alignment with that, then things start to flow for us.
Yeah.
And you're doing what you're meant to be doing, what you were created to do. We're all unique individuals, unique individual expressions of the infinite. And my whole life was like just trying to figure that out.
Now
Who
you
am
now
I?
you
Why
know
am I
it.
here?
You know it. I think that
Yeah.
you're very clear with your knowing, and it really, when someone's really certain about something, it's very healing to be around because life is a mystery. But when
Yeah.
you have friends or colleagues or practitioners or helpers that have a certain certainty about them, like you do, it really can make people kind of relax into what they're meant to do.
Yeah.
And I think that we also can defy, you know, the odds, and we can defy, what am I trying to say? The rules, because like, for example, I woke up this morning and something came up on my LinkedIn. I went on there and I answered what I thought was a current request to do an interview with this author that he had reached out to me to do an interview. And so I responded, it was from 4 years ago. Why did that turn up today? It came up today, and he called me right up and he said, I've been wanting to get in touch with you. You picked today, and this is the deadline for my book, and I really want to have you in the book. And we just did the interview. Like it, okay, I didn't bump his old email up to remind me of that. The Infinite Filmmaker did it for me.
Yeah, you were in the vibration of receiving that. Maybe you weren't ready for it at the time, you know, and it came exactly at the right time. There's no mistakes going on here.
I gotta write these things
You might
down.
have reached out to him. Yeah, you might have reached out to him at another time when he was just so busy he couldn't really focus on you. And it's like, you know, it happened perfectly.
It was the perfect time, and he's going to put me on his he's doing a whole podcast, and he wants me to be like the first person he interviews. And so we just had the most amazing conversation that you know, it happened because I also took the bait. Like, I didn't just ignore that. I actually took the time to respond to him. But he called up and he said, I asked you, I sent that request like 4 years ago. It's interesting. And I really, really want, Balderdash is my favorite game. And we talked all about how he played it every Christmas with his family. And I mean, honestly, I never get tired of hearing that. It's one of my biggest, you know, creations, and it brought a lot of joy to the planet. So I'm very proud of it. But I'm just aware that, you know, since I've worked with you and some other people, that when you can kind of get into the zone, don't be surprised when things happen that don't seem like they're even possible.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because we're working with an unlimited power and presence, not withholding anything. And so magic happens, you know.
Magic happens.
And
100%.
and it just doesn't, you know, it shouldn't, after a while, it becomes so common to you that things just stop manifesting and happening, and you're in the zone, or whatever you want to call it, in the vortex or whatever.
Yeah, and trying to just spin it all to be positive, because I can have the tendency to get a little overwhelmed when things are busy. But I had an old friend that used to say to me, you know, instead of saying because it seems like this badge of courage now of like, busy, I'm so busy. And a lot of people are saying outright they're not busy and they're bored because there's so much time. I have been using the time, but I remember somebody just popped into my head that they would say, God, I'm popular, instead of saying I'm so busy, because it's I'm really noticing that it's all about energy. And so if I can just keep the energy of this is fun and I can handle it and I can integrate these things, as well as have my non-negotiable practice, then I think it will be a lot more fun and not at all frantic. You know, I don't want frantic. As I get older, I do want things to be peaceful, but still vibrant and vibrating. Yeah.
And they will show up in that way now. When you're in alignment with the infinite, things, it's not a struggle anymore, and things will just come to you. And you know, isn't that wonderful? It's just amazing.
Oh, great! It's great to talk to you, and it's been such a nice connection with you. And I'm excited to see what's happening for you and for all the people involved in the game show, and you know, on behind the scenes, and the guests that get to come. And I see it really taking off too.
Yeah, me too. I'm really excited to have you on here. I know you're really busy. I won't take much of your time, but thank you for showing up for this. And we'll see you on Wednesday at 5 p.m. The game show, Release the Genie game show on Clubhouse, 5 p.m. Wednesdays. Okay, thanks, Laura.
Okay, thank you. See you then.
Okay, love you. Talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, talk to you later. Bye.
Well, that was Laura Robinson, and she's going to be the host of the game show Release the Genie on Clubhouse. So anyways, hope to see you there. Use my LinkedIn bio and you'll be able to find out more information about that. If you're on Clubhouse, look for Release the Genie Club, and we'll see you then. Take care. Bye.